Happy Monday. Welcome to First Take, everyone. I'm Shea Cornett, Stephen A. Smith, Damien Woody, and Cam Newton is with us as well from Atlanta. You know, guys, you get to a certain age in life where things get a little sore, like you hurt your back a little bit or something. Something tells me Aaron Rodgers woke up a little this morning.
That is why I have a problem with your introduction.
What?
First of all, it's wonderful to see you this morning, Shea. Great start to the second week, usually, not just now. Cam, D. Woody, how dare you say this was a happy morning? Ain't nothing happy about this morning. Nothing. Now let's go.
For you, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. That's what I'm saying. For you, and not for me, but for you. Your team is good to go.
That's what
okay,
I'm
go
saying.
ahead.
So I mentioned Aaron Rodgers maybe moving a little more this morning. That is because yesterday the Chargers absolutely had their way with him. Aaron Rodgers last night took an early safety, was sacked 3 times, held to 161 yards to go along with 2 interceptions. The Steelers lost to the Chargers 25-10. Offense was really never in sync. And so here's Mike Tomlin after a brutal loss in primetime.
I'm not lacking confidence. I don't need a pat on the back. We stunk it up tonight. We'll be back.
I expect to play great every single week, and this was not my best performance. I got to play better than this for us to win. Whatever it takes, I got to make if it's better checks, if it's better throws, whatever it is, I got to play better. I will.
How would you assess Aaron's performance tonight?
How would you? Next.
Gotta love Mike Tomlin, always keeping it in a buck. Well, since you asked, Coach Tomlin, we will assess how Aaron Rodgers played last night. Stephen A., you got the floor first. What did you think?
He was awful. It was clearly his worst performance as a Steeler. 3 sacks, season worst 50.6 passer rating. Couldn't complete passes, was underthrown, was overthrown, looked jittery in the pocket. Most importantly, looked moody. Didn't look like somebody, excuse me, I was choking on something. Looked moody. Didn't look there, if you get what I'm saying. From open and tap. How you gonna take a sack in the end zone from Khalil Mack like that? You got to be more aware of that. Okay, that's number one. 0 for 5 on passes, 15 yards or more downfield. Didn't make a pass, okay? I'm looking at that. You ain't won a primetime game this year. See, I'm taking a macro perspective. You ain't won a primetime game this year, okay? Chargers have won every primetime game they've been in. That's not good. 2 for 11 on third downs. 2 for 11. 29th ranked total offense. 28th ranked total defense. The defense is now better than the offense. And we know how awful the defense has been. We know how we've been complaining about the defense. The offense has now usurped the defense as the worst category for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's pathetic as their defense is. I'm very disgusted right now. I'm looking forward to this victory. I'm looking forward to celebrating the Steelers, holding off on Baltimore. Baltimore at least needed two games to catch them. Now they don't, okay? They can pass them with 2 games. There's only 1 game back, all right? I know they're playing week 14 and then the season finale. But damn it, the way the Steelers look, are we really going to sit here and believe they're going to lose another game before week 14? We know they are. We know they are. I mean, it's just a given. Oh, I'm just so disgusted right now. I'm just looking at them. And then I'm looking at this. Fewer than 300 yards of offense in 6 of their 9 games this season, all right? 1 Steeler drive. Their first 9 drives. 1. Was for more than 4 plays. 1 in the first 9 drives. That is awful. And this is SoFi. This is SoFi Stadium. This is L.A. Beautiful weather. You see that sunshine? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, if you haven't been to SoFi Stadium, Jerry World in Dallas, SoFi Stadium, to me, are the 2 best stadiums in America, okay? Right now. And let me tell you something. You go there, it's hard not to be ready because the sun is shining, the Southern Cal sunshine, and then SoFi Stadium is fly, the field is immaculate. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. Calvin wants to drive. If this man drops another pass, what is this brother eating before the games? Is he eating bagels with extra butter and forgetting to wash his damn hands or something? You can't catch the ball. That was one of the interceptions right through his hands. Right through his hands. This really, really bothers me because a few weeks ago, Baltimore is 1-5, and we said, nah, they ain't going. I don't know about this season. And I said, Steelers, I can't say that because this is what they do. This is what they do, and they're doing it. Damn.
Well, I'm hurt. Surprised, hurt, whatever you want to call it.
I'm not surprised, but I'm hurt.
You know what, Aaron Rodgers, he looked his age last night.
You ain't had to go
He
there.
looked like a 41-year-old quarterback, scared to get hurt, inaccurate with the ball, taking a bunch of sacks, okay? this is what we've been talking about with Aaron Rodgers. Okay, how many 40-plus-year-old quarterbacks in the history of this league is going on to play outstanding football? It's like 2. Tom Brady.
I was like,
Tom Brady and Drew Brees. That's it. Okay, and so what I said last night, you saw a beat-up and battered Chargers team come out there and manhandle the Pittsburgh Steelers. Listen, ESPN bet had the Baltimore Ravens at 1-5, still the favorite in the AFC North because no one is buying the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, that one-off that they had last week against the Indianapolis Colts, where they had 6 turnovers and only won by 7 points. That should have told you everything you need to know about the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. They are pretenders, and we shouldn't even waste our time talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It was less than a month ago they had a 3-game lead on the division, and here come the Baltimore Ravens. Cam Newton, what do you make of the yelling? Go ahead.
Don't look at
Before
me
we get into the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we need to be asking Stephen A. what did he eat last night or this morning, because my man got hiccups. Shay Gertrude Elizabeth, could you please pass my man some water?
I got it right here. I got it
on his back.
I got it right here.
He ain't started the show strong. But what I would say is this. I got some words for you. Aaron Rodgers looked frustrated. Aaron Rodgers looked exasperated. Did you like that word, Stephen A?
Yeah.
It was an abysmal performance, to say the least, because of this. We looked at this game as a way for the Steelers to win, but also get cushion in their division. Now, when you start to say to Aaron Rodgers, I saw one pass that he wished he should have had back, and that's the wide open, in the first quarter with DK Metcalf. Other than that, there was not any separation from the receivers. And to add in, he was not comfortable in the pocket. You got him throwing a no-look pass right here. There's a combination of things that now, being at 41, he's not able to really save teams as he once did in his career. The defense did play good enough for a team to have a chance to win games.
Yes, that's true.
But every single time the Pittsburgh Steelers offense took the field yesterday, when you look at some type of receiver, he was always getting clamped or in close proximity to a powder blue jersey, and those type of things add up. So, yes, taking sacks, bad decisions, errant throws, you see a team gets crushed like they did. And Aaron Rodgers had it all over his face, but it wasn't necessarily all on Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not always against, the quarterback or saying that it's his fault. But they have to have better answers at the skill set position. Drop passes, and one led to a turnover. It was extremely frustrating to watch.
When you think about most in the NFL, sacked 28 times, been pressured about 65 times this year. He's been hit 80 times. Last night, he was only pressured like on a 30% rate. And this is with a shorthanded offensive line, and the Steelers still wasn't able to get to him but so much. Here's what I'm saying to you. We know that the Chargers was shorthanded. The dominance with which they executed, because the Steelers' offense was impotent, just devoid of any potency whatsoever, damn it. The fact is, we got to look at other numbers. And yeah, you can say it's not Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not saying it's all Aaron Rodgers, but he was god-awful yesterday. Let's call it what it is. He admitted it. Mike Tomlin essentially admitted it. We all know it. We got 2 eyes. We can see. Glasses or no glasses. I mean, damn it, we got it, okay? But you got DK Metcalf. Now we got to look at management. When are we going to talk about Steelers management? How come you didn't do anything before the trade deadline? You got to get the brothers some help. DK Metcalf is your number 1 option. People keying on him. He's averaging 36 yards. 36 yards over the last 4 games. Come on, man. 36 yards. 36. That's it. For the number 1 receiver, what does that spell? You ain't running the football enough. Warren can run with the football. Now, the brother ain't a scrub. He can play. He might not be the bell cow you need him to be, where he going to run for you 25, 30 times, but he's elusive. He's quick. He's fast. He can make some things happen if you could run block. You're right. You ain't getting him the ball enough. You go into DK Metcalf. You throwing a double. You're throwing in double coverage on 4th down plays. I mean, damn. Where's everybody else at? I thought we were supposed to be happy that Frymouth and Smith was there together as tight end spots. 2 additional tight ends that you had at your disposal. I thought that was supposed to work for the Steelers. That's what I thought. But we saw before the trading deadline that wasn't the case. And so I'm looking at it and I'm saying, damn. This GM Con, we don't talk about him enough. You know what I'm saying? Root for the brother, but you could have got him some help. Could have got somebody to come to Pittsburgh. Somebody. They ain't do that. And now here come the Ravens. 1-5. 1-5 4 weeks ago. The Steelers have now lost 3 of their last 4, and these brothers are 1 game back. And everybody and their grandmama expects the Ravens to win this division. This division. And we got several weeks ago, and we know what's coming because it's been the Steelers' MO for whatever reason. Usually it's the offense, right? We felt pity for the defense. Then the offense sucked the defense sucked until a few weeks ago. And then the offense has eclipsed them over the last 4 weeks, and they are once again the liability. This is a very sad Monday morning for me. It's very sad. It's very sad. It's very sad.
The problem, too, with the Steelers, it doesn't get any easier. Out of their next 8 games, they're only favored to win 3 of them, according to ESPN Bet. So if that is the case, then, Cam and Damien Woody and Stephen A. here, then that would mean that the Steelers have their first losing record in 19 seasons, if my math is correct, potentially could miss the playoffs. So what are the repercussions if the Steelers do miss the postseason, D. Wood?
I mean, listen, I keep going back to it. Mike Tomlin has constantly said the standard is the standard. Well, what's the standard been over the last decade? What has the standard been in the last decade?
They haven't won a playoff game since 2016.
They have not won a playoff game. Okay, for a storied franchise in the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay, that's won 6 world championships, and you haven't won a playoff game in almost a decade. Something's got to change. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different outcome. Okay? You've done it with different quarterbacks. Same outcome. You bring in Aaron Rodgers thinking that it was going to solve the quarterback situation. And here we are, and it's most likely heading to the same path that we've seen over these last few years, where the Pittsburgh Steelers, they might make the playoffs, but they're one and done. You're going to need bigger structural change in Pittsburgh in order for this thing to turn around. Could that mean the coach? Absolutely. Could it mean front office? Absolutely. Okay? But there needs to be something bigger to happen in Pittsburgh rather than, let's go out and get another quarterback. Because clearly that has not worked for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, clearly it hasn't worked because they haven't been able to find a quarterback. And then but here's where this year is the most damaging, Cam. This year is more damaging than any in recent memory because we knew all of these years that they did not have a quarterback and therefore their offense was compromised.
They've gone all in this year.
But stay with me. But this year, the combination of getting better quarterback play than you've had in the last 5 or 6 years, combined with the money that you had invested in the defense in the offseason, which I think was around $175 million.
The most expensive in the league.
The most expensive in the league and the second oldest in the league. That's very incriminating. And then when it implied that they didn't get to, I know they sacked Justin Herbert 5 times last night, but the pressure rate at 30%, you're expecting a little bit more considering there's a patchwork offensive line. You expected them to be even more lethal. Again, you got to him, but he was getting the ball released quicker than he ever had, like 2.21 seconds or whatever it was. My point is, all of these things that you did, at some point in time, it's not just about Tomlin. It's not even just about Rodgers. It's about a GM. You going to go out? The trading deadline was approaching. I'm not talking about the offseason because when they made the moves, I didn't like them losing Minka Fitzpatrick, but I did love them getting Jalen Ramsey, Cam. My issue was, as the season progressed and you saw what was transpiring, the NFL why are the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, led by the greatest executive in the sport, in my estimation, in Howie Roseman, why are they going out and getting pieces that they need to buffer their squad, but the Pittsburgh Steelers, who ain't sniffed a Super Bowl since 2010, can't do it? Why? Why is that?
It's clear they need another weapon, another receiver. I mean, that is so.
They were in an NFC Championship game years ago, but I'm just saying.
Even though you can look at Aaron Rodgers and say he's old, say he's not capable, or whatever a person may think, this is probably the best quarterback and the quarterback option that you've had since Ben Roethlisberger. And so when you start to take into consideration, okay, how do we get here? And when you think about what took place in the offseason, you have to rewind the tape all the way back, because when you get rid of a George Pickens, a guy who, all right, was he a liability some would say, but he was definitely an asset on the football field. I mean, let's ask the Dallas Cowboys that same question and see what you get. Then you start to mount the injuries that they've taken place in this whole year. You can't prepare for those type of things. And then on top of that, just about a week ago, you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing as far as the trade. You didn't acquire no type of talent. You know you need help. You're strapped for some type of skill on the offensive side of the football, and you don't get help with an already old quarterback. That's not something that you have to just sit back and just say, okay, well, we're going to keep giving opportunities to. I don't think firing a Mike Tomlin is the answer. What I think is have a real conversation to say, what I'm saying is you need to have a real conversation to say we have to get real talent offensively as well as defensively. I know the focus point was defense in the offseason and the amount of money that was spent, but now offensively, they don't scare nobody. And I mean nobody. So for that to be your case, you're not going to make it to the playoffs. You're not going to make a playoff run. And that's what you go to the Steelers, or that's what you expect from the Steelers.
Yeah. Man, Harry Douglas mentioned this to me the other day and again this morning. He was like, how come the Steelers didn't go out and get Chris Olave or Rashid Shaheed? Seattle got Shaheed. Mm-hmm. Look at Seattle and how they playing. Did they look like they desperately needed Shaheed? No. I mean, he helps because the brother can ball. But did they look like they needed him? Not necessarily. Not the way Sam Darnold was playing, not the West and Jake was playing, not the way they run football, not the way their defense is playing, but they still went out and got something. But Khan and the Steelers, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Nothing. A rhetorical question before we go to the next subject. Just rhetorical, Shay. What exactly are you doing if you've made no moves as a GM? What you just doing? Just sitting in the lunchroom? You hanging out in the office talking to the coach? What do they do, Cam? D. Woody, help me. Help a brother understand. I don't know. Are they in the caf? Are they watching General Hospital at 3 o'clock like I do? I mean, what are they doing? I just need to know. Because if you ain't make no damn move by the trading deadline, right? What were you doing? What were you doing?
Maybe they were looking for Brick.
Maybe. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I would have done? I would have set up, surveillance material and spied on the opposition and saw what they were doing, and then I would have tipped you off so you could have got the trades done your damn self instead of letting these brothers go to somebody else. That's what Brick from General Hospital would have done. But I'm just telling you, that's what should have happened. Do something. I just find myself going like this. So you made trades and you made picks and trades, all this stuff in the summertime, right? You did that, free agency acquisition, all of that. So you ain't really do nothing since August, since July, because I see no evidence. I'm really wondering what the executives are doing. If you ain't making a move by the trading deadline, what have you done? What have you done?
Maybe you thought after that cold win you were good. I don't know.
Sitting in the press box with binoculars, acting like you working.